Welcome back to DadandCat Minecraft. Last episode, we were getting started. Got our villager breeder done, and we're ready to start some of the fun things of starting a world. And then, lo and behold, I got sick and was not able to record for about a week and a half. But, of course, I was able to play and build. So today, we're going to be exploring a few of the farms I built. And I also dug this sweet tunnel through the mountain as a little shortcut to get us out of the valley. So today we're going to check out one of my most favorite iron farms that I've ever made, as well as a few other farms that I had not built before this server. So welcome, and let's show these things off. So the first up on the list of farms that I wanted to build was an iron farm. And if you guys have followed my building and my different worlds I've been in so far, you'll know that the iron farm is one that I tend to overdo and just have a little fun with. The one I just made on the Cup of Java server, the Dwarven Iron Forge, is one of my favorite things that I've ever built. And decided to try something out this time. Now, obviously, remember, this is very early game. And remember, I have a very limited quantity of types of blocks that I can use, as well as my tools are very limited. I don't have elytra. So I got to work and I thought, what if an iron farm, well, you'll see it here. What if an iron farm was an airplane? Let's check it out. All right, so here you can see our iron farm in action. I made a few adjustments, one of which was realizing that the golems were not spawning very well. So I cut some holes in the roof that I have not replaced. They float down here, then they float over here and make the long fall, except I needed to widen this a bit because, as you can see, there are several golems who have made the successful fall down to the bottom. And so I have had to widen that several times in order to not get them on the ground. A few things I would change here on the inside. I would make this, instead of 5 wide with the 3 in the middle, I would make it 7 wide. And then on the inside here, on the outside of these middle 3 platforms, I would put walls, because you'll notice here when they spawn in, they will get, if they spawn on either of the 2 outside blocks, they will get stuck in the wall for a bit. And sometimes they will kind of turn and eventually start moving down the water stream. But then other times, they will just sit there until they die, which for one thing slows the farm down because these guys will not produce any more iron golems until this guy is gone out of the range. But also, when they do die, it does leave iron, obviously, but the iron shoots out of here a lot faster than everything else. You can actually see that. Did he finally turn? Is he just, what's he doing? Is he moving at all? What is this guy? What are you doing, man? I'm not sure how he's standing there. Yeah, so had a few issues with it. I've gone ahead since actually this recording here and added some more openings in the roof so that way they would be able to spawn. Either they do not like a full floor 4 blocks. I guess they would need at least 5 above them to be able to spawn correctly. That was an issue I was having there with these guys, but I'm not sure why he's not. There he goes. I guess he was still stuck in the wall, but just barely enough to keep him from sliding down. Here we go. Come on, buddy. Live or die. And he lived. Oh, there's me actually at the bottom right now on the recording, making this wider so that way we at least get most of them there into the lava for the farm. Okay, that one is not done yet. Let's see if I have any footage later of both of the sides going at once. There we go. There's a successful one. All right, let's see if either side gets a golem to spawn here. Oh, there we go. 2 at once. But as you can see, both of them are stuck in the solid block of the inside of the plane. So definitely would want to widen that. Now, of course, in our case, I'm going to show you guys here in a minute currently what the output of the iron farm is, because it is close enough to our spawn that it is running pretty much all the time. So we are good for iron. If I was building this somewhere that I need to AFK at, definitely would want to fix the rates and widen this out for it. But man, isn't this a fun iron farm? I had a lot of fun building it, especially with very limited resources. And, you know, I decided that even though I could go back over maybe with some granite blocks and stairs and slabs, really make it look sharp and polished, you know, I like the fact that it was a day 2 project here on our server, and it works, and it's a double iron farm. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a cool iron farm or not? I do love the fact that the golems look like paratroopers heading out to battle on their way, of course, to a fiery death below. Perfect landing there. Now, one of the reasons I am showing you a replay mod of this and not a current view is we have done so much in this area that you guys are going to have to check out the future videos because while I was out and not able to record with my voice and doing all these farms, a lot of progress was made around our spawn village between the 4 of us. So definitely check out the upcoming videos as well for some of that progress. So everyone, as you can see here, the iron farm, it's actually backed up right now because it's just producing way too much that we can do. I mean, here we've got an entire double chest full of iron blocks and some more. So yeah, we also are turning most of the poppies into bone meal. So that's what we're doing here. Hello, golem head. Sorry, your death will be in vain. And so after spending a little bit of time, mostly waiting for dumb tadpoles to grow up and turn into frogs, I headed out here and built a pretty simple froglight farm. And as you can see, I AFK'd at it for a few hours overnight, and then was able to get about about a double chest and a half full of each color of froglight stacks, as well as some magma cream, which I turned into some magma blocks, and we also used for some fire resist potions for our later trips into the nether that you guys will get to see on the next episode. And so here's the completed froglight farm we've got going on here. We got our storage system. We have Yeah, more froglights than we probably ever know what to do with, but they make a great cheap lighting source for your caves and for under your base and other places that you can use. You basically come up here, hey Golem. The part you didn't get to see, because apparently I cut off the replay too early. Oh no, the part you didn't get to see because apparently the replay mod crashed during my second part of building this. It's basically this top part where you just build some platforms for magma slimes to spawn on, and I'll go up here and show you real quick what it looks like once I get high enough using my free cam mod. And then you get those to spawn there. You have some glass blocking the top so that gas cannot spawn on those blocks. And then they try to go get the our little iron golem friend. They can't get to him, and instead they fall into the hole and start getting eaten by our frogs. So there they go. Some of them get punched. It's kind of funny. And then what happens here is the powdered snow weakens them, and then it'll make them the smaller size. And then our froggy friends have a heyday eating them and turning them into the froglights. So this is a pretty simple farm to build. The only thing that really takes time might be getting the frogs, because obviously the orange frogs you can find in mangrove swamps, and the grayish frogs you can find in regular swamps, but unfortunately the green frogs you have to breed in a cold biome. So they take a little bit more work and patience waiting for them to grow up from their tadpole stage and be ready to do that. Yeah, it's pretty fun. The other part that took me a while was actually finding powdered snow. Even though there's a gigantic like ice and snowy taiga biome like right behind our little valley, there's no powdered snow anywhere to be found. So I had to travel and get into some mountains way several thousand blocks on the other side of us before I was able to find the powdered snow that I needed to build this farm. But pretty cool, and as you can see, it is crazy, crazy, crazy super efficient. So there we go. So then it was time for the last major farm we needed early game in this world. In order to be able to trade with our villagers, we wanted to get lots of emeralds to be able to trade with our villager trading hall that I was getting set up. And so I built a simple raid farm. This is a design from ianxofour. It's the non-stacking version of the raid farm, so it's not as complicated. It's obviously not as high powered as the stacking ones that you can find online, but it's enough to get you a lot of emeralds and saddles and such early game. And it's very easy to build with very limited tools. So I built that, and let's check out how it works here in a second. So the way that this works is you come over here to our friendly pillager outpost. You find a raid captain eventually when they spawn. Sometimes it takes a little while. You get it. You will get the bad omen effect that you won't see here because this is a replay recording. Then you hustle without passing by any villages, of course. You hustle your way out to the raid farm. So you definitely usually want to build this pretty close to a pillager outpost if you can. Look, it looks like I'm probably typing in chat to someone on the server. And then you head out here. When you get close enough, the little villager down here thinks he's in a village. It'll spawn the raid. You'll start to hear the crazy horns go off. You book it into the elevator, head up to the top, and as you get up here, close enough, the enemies will start spawning on the only spawnable space high at the very top of the raid farm. And then here you will be able to flood that space with water. Using the little redstone contraption here that will kill the ravagers in the lava up top, so you don't have to fight those big ugly guys. But then you just basically come up here, and with a good sharpness 5 sweeping edge sword, you just one-hit kill all these guys. If you're able to one-hit kill them, you don't have to worry about vexes. And you can see right here, just there's heads, there's emeralds, there's potions. all sorts of stuff dropping in. And of course, here you have the top view of them all spawning in. This basically spawns all the different waves of the raid all at once in this tiny little area, which is pretty funny to see. And then, of course, the water is going to flip on and push them all to the opposite corner, where the Ravages will burn to death and everyone else will start dropping through the drop chute that you can see there. As they fall, they will take damage and then be able to be one-hit killed down here by our friendly neighborhood raid farm operator, aka me. So that is going to do it for me and for all these different farms that I have been working on the server. We are excited. Next time we will be heading into the Nether. I found a Nether fortress that me and Bat and Steph, aka Mom of Cat, and Cat, all four of us will be headed to take on the Nether fortress because we need blaze rods in order to get our Eyes of Ender and as well to make all sorts of things. So definitely check out that episode next by subscribing. Then you'll know when the next episode is here. Till next time, I will see you all later. Bye.